Ladies and gentlemen, how the devil are we all doing? It's TNG, and in this video I've got 5 pretty sweet camps to show you actually. Now these haven't been submitted to me or anything, they're just 5 random camps my good friend Silver Bunny has found whilst, playing the game. So with that being said, let's take a look at them, shall we? So first up, we've got POS Pawn. Now, don't get too excited. My name's TNG, not Denise Fraser. So yeah, there's got to be no fondling of animals on this channel. What we're actually going to be looking at is a pawn shop. That's PAWN. And this one's been built by BeanDip69,000. And I must say, it looks rather impressive. Now, this build's cool because it's got a couple of different elements to it. We've got the actual pawn shop that BeanDip has made himself. And that looks fantastic. It's scrappy as hell. And the decor on it is, yeah, it's properly good. He's actually made that out of the prefab trailer, which I'm seeing every Tom, Dick and Harry using at the moment. And again, it actually fits in really, really well with this kind of build. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, cards on table, that prefab trailer, it's really starting to grow on me. I've never been a big fan of them, but yeah, this one, it's not too bad. Now, BeanDip hasn't stopped with this little pawn shop he's done here. He's also gone into this pre-existing house as well. And again, guys, you can see that he's taken a lot of time with his decor. It's really well presented. And yeah, overall, I think he's knocked it out at park. It's a properly solid build. It's nice to see this thing out in the wilds of Appalachia. Fair play to you, man. Next up, we have the model amusement camp, and this is built by Liquid Batman. Personally, I bloody love these kind of builds. You don't see many of them, but when you do, and they've had this much time put into them, they're properly fecking sick, to be honest with you. I mean, just take a look at it. Liquid Batman has quite simply created a full cityscape using the little model figures, and the way that he's used that linoleum, I think we've got it that time, as roadways is very clever and it looks bloody spot on in my opinion. Another aspect of this that caught my eye is the fact that he's made a viewing platform for it as well. It reminds me of these bloody intelligent people who make full-on bloody model railways. I'm telling you, I won't have the bloody patience for that. Paper mache, form, railway tracks, yeah, too much for me. Now, if one model city wasn't enough for you guys, Batman's also filled a full shelter up with other model dioramas. Is that the right word? Yeah, that's what we're going for. And what can I say, really? It's awesome. That must have taken a long bloody time. Even in a shelter with relaxed building restrictions, yeah, there's been some work put into that bloody thing. And it looks incredible, doesn't it? This is what I love about the 76 community. You could think of the wildest idea ever, and somebody will always one-up it. There'll always be that one guy who goes the extra mile. And I'm not saying that's a foreshadowing for another build in this video, but trust me, it's a foreshadowing for another build in this video, which is just... it's nuts. Anyhow, you've hit the nail on the head with this buddy thing. It's really, really cool. It's different. And again, I admire the amount of work that you must have put into it. Fair play to you, pal. Next up, we have a camp called the Enlighten Path, and this is by Dingle Pie. And wow, what a scrappy little bugger this thing is. I'm seeing junky walls, I'm seeing slopey boys. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Right off the bat, I'm liking this location, and I'm not a big Maya fan, but this just fits in perfectly. It looks like some swamp shack or something like that. I do like how you've used a covered bridge as an entranceway. That thing is perfect for like a porchy kind of area. As with most things in 76, its intended purpose is, secondary to what you can actually use stuff for. Catwalks is a prime example. Yeah, on the outside, this is a really smart little build. I do like what you've done with the place. It looks scrappy, it looks junky, and there's quite a lot going on as well, but it doesn't, conflict with each other. I must say as well, before we have a quick look at the inside, that rock pile you've made there, that is probably one of the most convincing ones I've ever seen. Those bloody wavy Willards boulders, they may as well be painted pink and have spots on them. They do not look natural at all unless you mess around with them. And yeah, that's exactly what you've done. Works fairly well, that does. Properly convincing. Onto the interior, and yeah, this place is very well decorated. I've got no complaints about it whatsoever. Quite simply, it matches in with the exterior at thing. It's scrappy, it's law friendly to a certain degree. There is some stuff in there that stands out, but yeah, overall, top-notch work. I think my favourite part about all of the interior is how you've incorporated the rock face. You've not walled it off, you've just let it flow into the building, and I like that. It looks really smart. So remember earlier when I said there's always somebody to one-up even the most weird and wonderful builds? Well, here it is. This is Alberto66's Big Dick Robot, or its technical name, the Mad Scientist Camp. Now, apparently, Alberto swears that that phallic-looking object from the robot's crotch area is not a giant cock at all. In fact, it's the robot's nose. Now, I could roll with that, dude. However, you've given the thing a set of bollocks as well. Come on, there's no denying it's a bloody dick, isn't it? Which is fair enough, you know. I have once seen a build which was a man shagging a sheep. So, yeah, this is quite mild in comparison. All jokes aside though, Alberto, that's actually a very well-built robot. You've used some items there that I've not seen people really mess around with in robot construction. Not that it's a common thing, but yeah, it's very impressive indeed. Nice work, buddy. As well as Mr. Long-Legged Mac Daddy looking off over the cliff there, we've also got quite an intricate-looking camp as well. We've got some nice hexagonal, dodecahedronal shapes going down, which are not really simple things to do. There's a little bit of blueprint work going down there. Yep, I can respect that. And overall, was an entire spectacle, bud. Yeah, this one, it stands out. I think that's the best way to put it. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever look at Transformers in the same way after this. So the last random camp we're going to be looking at is Fortune City by Shanugin, I do believe it is. And this one is actually really, really impressive. Now, I'm not saying that the other ones aren't impressive by any means, but this one is probably my favourite of the bunch. Now, the outside is rather unique. There's a lot of mad shapes to it, but it does look scrappy. It looks law-friendly, but there's no real rhyme or reason to it, and that's because the inside is where this build really does stand out and starts to make sense. Now, viewers of my channel will probably know that I am one of the most uncultured people in the world, and Japan is another thing that I am severely lacking knowledge on. However, I do believe that Shanugin has made a little miniature Japanese city. Yes, I've never been to Japan, however, from what I've seen, this kind of looks like it. Yeah, it's fairly cool, this is. I think my favourite part about all of this is the little noodle stall that you've got there. Yep, that is bringing back some Fallout 4 vibes right about now. And I really like how close and compact it is as well. It does give you the feeling like you're walking down the street. Yeah, this is really bloody good, this is Shanugin. Honestly, guys, I get properly jealous when I see these, what they called, cityscapes is the correct term. Yeah, I think that's it. I could never build one of these in a million years, but I bloody love one as a camp. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 5 best random camps that we've found in the Wasteland. I'd like to say a massive thank you to Silver Bunny and Dayla for, you know, taking the time to find these and record them. If you guys watching this video could show them as much love as you show me, that would be much appreciated. They do a hell of a lot for me, and this is the best way I can think of repaying them. I'll leave links in description. As well as Silver Bunny and Dayla, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my channel members and Patreons. The extra support is much appreciated. If that's anything that you guys watching are interested in, there's links in description. Anyhow, as we say it north, I will love you and leave you, and I'll catch you at next one. Have fun, everybody.